Very good. So, welcome to my video. I was part of Team 11, and our game is called FMS game, Motor Skill Games. And the code I will be talking about today is one of our games is the Maze game. That's a game I worked on the most. Uh, this is the game I worked on the most, and it was my idea of the game to be implemented in our app. All right, so first thing we did in our code, which is our code, we did not write the code entirely from start to finish. We got the function of the code from P5GS, and we just designed it to our liking. So the first thing we did is introduce our variables for up here are the first things in our code. We introduced all the variables we're going to use and the buttons we're going to use in the game. Then we had our first function setup, which is the canvas. We made the same size as our main menu, and we made the background pink, and then our obstacles blue. And then our preload images are the you win image and the you lose images, which when this were the scenarios the user will get if he wins or loses. Then we had our function draw, which these are our buttons that we use. First, the back button. So we created two buttons, one button to go back to the main menu. Second button next is for the next level of this game. And then we had our scenarios for the game. So we had 4 scenarios. Our first scenario, negative, which is ready. Ready equals -1 is find your way, which will be the start of the game. When the user will be displayed, it will say find your way. Ready 1 is mouse draw. So the mouse will just be drawn wherever the user will be going in the maze. Ready 0 will display a lose scenario. And ready 2 will display a win scenario for the user. So that's what these did. We had our we had added 2 texts for the start and the finish of the game. So start is where the user will start the game, and then end is where the user wants to get by that, where the user needs to end up in order to win the game. And then next we have our obstacles and walls. These are our obstacles we implement for the user to get through. We made the color blue, and that's what the fill here equals. And in our rectangles, these are all obstacles we chose to use. For our maze, we chose to go all squares. And then these numbers mean the first numbers are x coordinates. Second numbers are y coordinates. Third number is how long we want it horizontally, how wide, how stretched it is. And our fourth number is how long it is vertically, up and down. Then we have our play menu where the user will, if the user's mouse were to hit the start, it will equal 1, which 1 is the mouse will be continue to draw wherever the user will go. Here. Then we have our opening message right here equals -1, find your way out. So when the user opens up this game, it will display this, find your way out, which is -1. That's what one of the scenarios is. Then we have our loose scenarios. We implemented if statements in our code if the user's mouse were to hit any of these x coordinates or any of these points in the canvas, it will display a you lose scenario. So these mean mouse x. These first 2 are between x coordinates, so left and right of the canvas. So between canvas 200 and 400, and our second are y coordinates. So between this area of the canvas, if the user was to hit the mouse, it will get a you lose displayed on their screen. That's what all of these if statements describe. We go further down the code. We also have another if statement for if the user went outside the canvas, we'll try to cheat around the game. It will give a you lose scenario, which this is user's if statement and or all of these. So anywhere outside the canvas. We give a scenario 0, which 0 is a lose scenario. And then this is our win scenario down here, which is another if statement, which if it was to if the user was able to reach its mouse to the end, it would receive a you win scenario. And that's pretty much it.